I've made my own pet gates, and I've been asked by a lot of family and friends how I do it, and I've been asked now by a lot of you guys how to make an easy, cheap, affordable, do-it-yourself pet gate. There are a lot of options out there for DIY if you just do a quick Google search, but a lot of them involve some type of construction skills, power tools, things like that. This is a no-sew, really cheap option. I will mention that most dogs only need a visual barrier. If your dog is a climber, biter, chewer, scratcher, it probably isn't going to work for you, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video, but this is a visual barrier, so I've already started this just to show you guys how to do it. But basically, I have 2 tension rods. You can pick these up usually right at the dollar store or Walmart. Any big box store has them. I got these ones for $3 each. They're obviously a very cheap version because my dogs, I don't need anything super durable because my dogs just need the visual barrier. So it was $3 each for the tension rods, and I actually had this fabric left over from a blanket project, so I didn't even pay for the fabric. You might know somebody that's a crafter that has some fabric on hand, or you can pick some up. It would only be a few dollars for enough material to make one, so I'm gonna say this is about a $10 to $15 project, depending on the quality. It might be $20, depending on the quality of the tension rods you buy and how much fabric you need. I've already done the top here, so let me just take this one down. You can see that what I've done, I made my fabric a little bit longer than it needed to be. You can see that it's bunched up here, and that's just in case I need to move the dog gate to somewhere that's a little bit wider. I can spread the fabric out as I make the tension rod longer. I still have fabric to cover the entire thing if I need to. So basically what I've done is I've taken the piece of fabric, I've looped it over the back of the tension rod, and all I did was hot glue it. If you have sewing skills, good for you, and you can definitely sew it. I didn't want to do that, and I don't really have the greatest sewing skills, so I used hot glue. So now you're just going to want to do the same thing with the bottom tension rod. If you want to, I again have this a little bit longer than it needs to be as well. But what I'm going to do is just, I have my hot glue gun here right next to me. So I'm going to put a line of hot glue to get it started. And then I'm just going to wrap the fabric over and stick it to that hot glue. I'm going to go all the way across doing that, and then I have my DIY pet gate, and the bottom would be securely on there. And I like the tension rods because you can adjust it to size. As I mentioned, if you make your fabric a little bit longer, you'll have that ability to play with it depending on where you want to put it. Right now mine's on the stairs, but if I want to put it in another doorway that's a little wider, I have that option. So again, you know, less than 20 bucks, super easy. It provides a barrier for my dogs that they won't go by. If you do need something a little bit more sturdy, you can always make your frame out of PVC pipe. And instead of using cloth, if you need something that's going to be stronger, you could build a frame. I have seen a DIY project where somebody used an old headboard from a bed. People use wood from pallets. Or you can just buy some cheap lumber, some 2x4s, and build yourself a frame, and then you can staple like chicken wire or deer fence, garden fencing, any of that kind of small wired fence. You can just staple it to it. It's not the most attractive option that there is, but it's definitely structurally sound if your dog needs something a little bit sturdier. So those are some ideas for some DIY pet gates for dogs that climb and scratch. If all you need is a visual barrier, I love this. I love that you can customize the fabric to either match your decor or something like this. My daughters are both very into animal print right now, so this is left over from one of their projects, and this would definitely be something great for like one of their bedrooms if we needed a pet gate because it would match all the other animal print in there. So you can customize it easily. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to email me. Thanks for watching this video guide.